Utah student here. So my name is Jerry Chong. I also a Utahrian from Utah Songalong campus, based study in mechatronic engineering many years back. So yeah, let's start the session. Give me a second. Can you see my second? Yep. So can see now. Yeah. So basically, first of all, thanks Utah and also the Utah IEEE student branch for inviting me for this presenting this talk. Yeah, I will come with some simple agenda. So first, I will give a very short introduction and also try to go through like overview of the Alibaba groups and Alibaba Cloud. And also I will present some of the Alibaba Cloud use case in the various sector. Okay, moving to next slide. Okay, so I have some basic disclaimer. So basically, all of my talk today, so it's a personal opinion. I'm not speaking on behalf of any organization during this talk, and I don't own any copyright materials and logos by Alibaba. Yep, on in this, and everything is based on publicly available information. And any suggestion and feedback are welcome. Yep. Now I will go with a very short self introduction. Yeah, so basically, as I mentioned earlier, so basically I am study a Utah. I am proudly a Utahrian and also a TSUer. So I start my uni life many years back in Utah Kuala Lumpur campus, now which is part of the TAR UMT East campus. And then I graduate at the Utah Song Long campus back in 2016, yeah, many years back. And then I study my master of engineering management in Tsinghua University. I graduate that from then come back from China and then to Malaysia and yeah afterward. So just a very short on my career journey. So basically I'm starting with my job as a software engineer in a Wirecard, which is a payment solution to like the Visa, MasterCard or America Amex and also the WeChat Pay and Alipay. So back then. And then I also work as an IoT solution specializing in smart home in Explosoft. And then I also work as a consultant in Accenture, designing of a lot of those enterprise software solution for the Forbes Global 500 company. And then I also work as a CTO with a Chief Technology Officer in a startup, which is also focusing on IoT solutions, specialized in the smart city and the smart home. And currently, I'm also the latest role, yeah. So as a senior solution architect, which is in the DHL, so the one of the world largest logistic company, designing on the enterprise software solution. Also, I am also an entrepreneur. So currently, I'm also a CEO at the Infrev, a startup. So helping the various clients to tackle the various business problem with the IT solution. And also also I previous throughout my career life, so I also have take some of the certification as you can see in here. So I also Alibaba Cloud Associate certified on cloud computing, cloud native, cloud security. Also I also certified in AWS, also for the Microsoft related certification. So my background is more on the multi-cloud uh, on designing a new solution for IT company. Yep. So now I will go through to the overview of Alibaba Group because this Alibaba Cloud is basically a product from Alibaba Group. Yeah, as you can see here, is founded in Alibaba founded in June 1999 by Jack Ma, is Ma Yun. So the company is located at Hangzhou, China. And that is a city which I visited before as well. It's a quite cool city. And what is their group mission? Actually, basically, they are trying to make uh easy to do the business anywhere in the world. And they have a very many sectors that they are focusing, like from C to C, B to C, and also B to B. So C to C is referring to consumer, and B to C is referring to business to customer consumer, and B to B is referred to business. So Alibaba Group have a major six major business group. So one, I think some of the very well-known brand you have heard like Taobao and Tmall Group, and also the China Group, which is the logistic arm of Alibaba Group. But they also have some others, like for example, the Local Service Group and the Alibaba International Digital Commerce Group, and also the Alibaba Digital Media and Entertainment Group. And the one that we are focusing today is only focusing one of the major business group here, which is Alibaba Cloud. Also, the Alibaba Group not only have the six major, they also have focusing on very different sectors like Alibaba Health, DingTalk, Tamo Academy, uh Freshippo, Timo Genie, which is a Tianmao Jingling in Chinese. Also like similar to the uh Google Home, the tools for the IoT. Now I will go to the core topic of today, which is the Alibaba Cloud. So basically for Alibaba Cloud is founded in 2009. So it's a global leader in the cloud computing and artificial intelligence. Like where it provides services to enterprise, government organization and developer in more than 200 countries and regions. Based on the current market share, so basically it's a number one in Asia Pacific and number one in China. So yes, so you might sound surprising, but it's a true, and it's bad. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the market share, it's much more than AWS and also the Google Cloud or Microsoft Azure in this two specific region. But of course, in the world, and that is ranked number three. So after the AWS and Azure. Okay, then next we will go through do this cloud computing model. So because cloud, right? So you need to understand like actually what is the service that actually that provide by Alibaba Cloud to the public. So we will go through this model, which is the three major one that they provide is one is called the infrastructure as a service IaaS, and the platform as a service PaaS, and also the third one is the software as a service SaaS. So for IaaS, basically is to provide the on-demand, the virtualized hardware, infra or resources like virtual machine, this kind of thing. And then like platform as a service, whereby you provide the on-demand platform software or the middleware, whereby you will it's tailored for the application developers. So you just need to focusing on deploying your application and no need to infra and to manage the infrastructure. And then the lastly is the software as a service, whereby you will just need to use the application directly via the web. So you just need to use your data and yeah, use the application directly. So you might cut to illustrate like what is the differences between these three. So basically, let's take the example like on-premise here is like a server in Utah campus. So basically, you just see a physical server, a computer. So in that case, right, if you want to manage that, basically you need to manage on application, data, runtime, middleware, OS, visualization, network, storage, and server. So that is a very huge effort. You need to manage everything at your own. And if that breakdown, it's your responsibility to maintain it. But if you choose to use the IaaS, which is the second one, so you can see that the light blue color, like the virtualization, networking, storage, and server, these items are actually managed by Alibaba Cloud. So in this case, if you're using IaaS, you only need to manage your application, data, runtime, middleware, and the OS. And the rest just leave it to the Alibaba Cloud. And then if you go further, if you use the PaaS, which is the platform as a service, in that case, you no need to even manage the runtime, middleware, and OS. You just need to focus to deploy your own application and data. So, and then the rest just leave it Alibaba Cloud. And lastly, the SaaS is just to focusing to use your application. Then the rest of the managing of the deployment, everything is just leave it to Alibaba Cloud. So you no need to have the headache like, oh, the server down, everything. That one is not your responsibility, whereby that is the responsibility of the Alibaba Cloud. Okay, now the next one, I will go through like the few of the product offering by Alibaba Cloud. But in this case, I will choose some of it because there's a lot of product. So in this session of the 101, I will just give a very short introduction. So for some of the product here, the first one is this so-called Elastic Compute Service, ECS. So ECS is a IaaS product by the Alibaba Cloud. So basically, you will able to provide the memory and the latest CPU based on the choice that you want, so that you will able to install your application to achieve the low latency. And if you want to deploy a ECS instant, it's actually very simple. You just go to the Alibaba Cloud portal, and then you just click on it, and then you select the instant that you want, and then you just deploy. Then after like some time of the deployment time, then the server will just up and you can access to it via the SSH if you are choosing a Linux server. So at the same time, if you want to scale this up and down based on the real-time traffic, that is doable because let's say, okay, currently I just buy one server and then oh suddenly I have a lot of user, then the CPU usage is high, and then oh it cannot handle the user demand. In this case, you can just scale up to from one server to two server easily, and then you can handle the traffic accordingly. In this case, so basically ECS will have the benefit to have the high availability, secure elasticity, reliable, and also deploy and grow globally. There's some lagging on my end. So wait. Okay, so this is the example of the ECA instance that I've mentioned. So the instance here is basically is a server. So if let's say if you choose a U1 instance here, so basically the specification you can see here is a ECS.U1-C1M2.large, which is a 2 vCPU and come with a 4 GB RAM. And that also come with an 80 GB SSD storage and come with a 1 megabyte per second bandwidth. And if you choose for T5 instant, basically it's a similar, but just that you have different vCPU RAM and also the memory. But this one is not only U1 and T5. When you choose to deploy your ECS, so you need to decide which one you want to decide. Let's say, oh, I want to choose U1, then you just select the U1 and deploy accordingly. Okay, next is this so-called container service for Kubernetes. So this one is a bit uh, complex. So I will first I will introduce the Docker here. So the container service for Kubernetes SDK, basically they will deploy the Docker. So Docker is basically is a application whereby you can just deploy on any servers, any OS, once you have created Docker image. And then you will use the, let's say you have five front end application, and then you have five back end applications. So you have 10 Docker container in that case. But if you want to manage it, it's very difficult because you need to deploy one by one. But using the Kubernetes as you see on the here, so you can manage it very easily, and you can just manage the 10 deployment. I mean the front end and the back end application just via this software, and then you can just orchestrate easily and based on your need. So SDK is basically is a past product by the Alibaba Cloud, whereby you will able to help you to run the containerized application. So the containerized application is basically is meaning the Dockers, yeah, on the cloud. And that will help you to manage the virtualization, storage, networking, and the security. And also with this, they have a lot of benefit whereby you have a high stability, auto scaling, easy monitoring, and also better network performance. But you might confuse like how it works on this auto scaling. So let's say I have 10 front-end application running on the one server. Suddenly we have 1,000 user. So the Kubernetes here will help you to detect the traffic, and you can configure that it will scale. Okay, let's say I have the CPU usage reach 80%. Then they will help you to spawn another two Docker container. So that will increase up to 12 for your front-end application. So to handle the load. So in that case, this is where the benefit of Kubernetes coming from. So you just need to set the rule, and the rest you just leave it the Kubernetes to help you to do the things. Yeah. Okay, next slide. So the third product I want to introduce is this so-called Object Storage Service, OSS. So OSS is a PaaS product by Alibaba Cloud. So it's fully managed by the Alibaba Cloud. Yeah, so you don't need to handle the infra side. And you can store and access any data from anywhere after you, let's say you put a video file, PNG, image, or your video or document into it. Then after that, the Alibaba Cloud will store it. And then let's say I want to access it from another region. For example, you want to access it from Europe. So you just need to access to this bucket. There's a one specific URL. And then you need to have the access right to view, and only then you can download the file from here. And then here, so the Alibaba Cloud will able to guarantee you the 12/9 durability. So if you have any issue, so lost data, so that one is the responsibility on Alibaba Cloud to help you to recover that. So that's why here the benefit is that using these tools, you are able to have the industrial leading SLA, also cost effective because you just need to use it and store the data that you want, and easy to consume. And it's a enterprise grade security because the security side is handled by Alibaba Cloud, so you don't need to add any security feature. You just need to enable it when you do the configuration for using this OSS, and it's easy to do the data migration. Let's say you want to another application that you want to use, so you just need to connect to this bucket. Then you just download the file. And at the same time, you also have the built-in media processing. So just now I have mentioned this. There's a one video file here. So you just open the URL. You can straight away just play the video. So you do not need to have another player on the browser, anything. So that is included in the feature itself. And it also can be integrated with the analytic engine. Let's say you want to use for example, Power BI or others, Alibaba Cloud analytic engines. Yep, then it's possible. Then next slide. Okay, another product that I would like to share is that which is the Polar DB. So Polar, is it a Polar bear? Yes. So you can see the logo on the right. So you can see it's a Polar DB. The Polar bear is here. So it's a product is created by Alibaba Cloud, and it's a cloud native relational database service that couple the computing resource from the storage resource, and is 100% compatible with MySQL and PostgreSQL. I believe some of you here have used any of this one of these database before. So meaning that if you have the data and the data structure, the column, you can just easily migrate to the PolarDB because it's 100% compatible. So with this, the PolarDB has some benefit whereby they have the compatibility with these two ecosystem already. It's supported, and also have a massive storage. And you can scale this. For example, I using 1 DB. I want to scale from one node to two node. That is can be done very easily. And also this is very cost effective because you just need to handle your data. The rest of the infra, you just need to leave it to the Alibaba Cloud. Next slide. So the last product here I would like to show, which is the simple log service. Basically, this is a SaaS product. So what it does actually is just a real-time data logging service. and it will able to help you to monitor, like let's say just now I mentioned the ECS or SDK and the OSS. How do you know that if there is some issue on the server, I want to check the log, right? So you just need to connect this into this symbol log service from the ECS connect to this symbol log service. Then you will able to see what is actually happening within the server itself or other product within the Alibaba cloud. And you're also able to support the collection, consumption, and shipping and search the log analysis. This can be done within the portal itself, or you also can use the SDK, yep, if you want. And with this, so it's very easy to use and also very reliable. Next slide. Yep. So next I will go through to the some of the use case for the Alibaba cloud use case in the various sector. So we will choose the three use case that is actually using the Alibaba cloud in reality. And one is the Ford, one is the TNG Digital, which is the our Touch and Go e-wallet. And then lastly is the AirAsia. So for Ford itself, actually I think everyone know this is a very famous brand that founded in 1903 by the Henry Ford, which is the HQ is located in the Dearborn, Michigan, United States, and have a strong presence in worldwide. However, they partner with Alibaba Cloud to provide their customer in China with the fast and diverse digital solution. Next slide. Here I will have some video that I will showcase how actually it provide the input. So I will play it. Mm.
Ford has over 115-year history, specialized in designing, manufacturing, marketing, and service great cars and trucks for our customers all over the world. Today, we are working with leading tech companies such as Alibaba Cloud to bring smart product and service for customers in China, make their life easier and more enjoyable. Chinese customers are younger and more digitally savvy. They want smarter technology inside the vehicle, and they want a better digital experience throughout the entire shopping journey to make their life easier. We work with Alibaba Cloud to create a brand new digital platform called For More to improve customer online experience. Thanks to the speed, flexibility, and scalability of the technology, we are able to deliver For More in less than 6 months. Since its launch in September, we have seen a significant increase of online traffic, driving 7,000 units of vehicles in sales. We are also working with Alibaba Cloud to deliver better connectivity and mobility experience, including Transportation Mobility Cloud and RDOS. The 2019 Ford Kuga features a brand new smart in-vehicle infotainment system powered by RDOS. The system has many cool features, such as natural language understanding and remote control features.
你好，福特。
您好啊，
我想去上海虹桥机场。
So basically, you can see from here is that the Alibaba Cloud have held the fort to do the penetrate the market within the China, and they managed to launch the app in just 6 months. Okay, moving to the next slide. Yeah, a bit slow here. So give me a second. Okay, now you can see the second use case here, which is the TNG Digital. I know that everyone might not heard the name of TNG Digital, but they will heard of Touch and Go e-wallet on the bottom icon. So basically, the TNG Digital is a company that founded in 2017 by the Touch and Go group and also the Ant Financial. So Ant Financial is a subsidiary by the Alibaba group, and the HQ is located at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and is a leading e-wallet provider in Malaysia. I think everyone is aware of, and is able to cross-border payment across 47 countries. So what this means is that using your Touch and Go e-wallet, you can travel to 47 countries outside of Malaysia, and you can just use the same code or QR and just make the payment. Because the feature that provided by the Touch and Go e-wallet, they will able to connect from, let's say you pay in Italy, for example, because you're a Euro country, right? But if you they can scan your code, then you just need to scan and then they were able to link to your account for the Touch and Go and pay accordingly. So in that case, what is the use case by Touch and Go Digital with Alibaba Cloud is that they protected the TNG digital network from the malicious attack from the hackers the and reduce the RPO to minutes, and that will minimize the business risk and ensuring the peak performance in any event. Okay, next slide. Here is another video. So let give it some time to load and I will click on it. Yeah, it's still loading. Yeah, now I can click it. Okay, the second video.
Hi, welcome to TNG Digital. Here is where we create the future of digital payments. Touch and Go Digital is the country's most premier e-wallet service provider. We provide financial services to different use cases in Malaysia, primarily for the use of transport payments. We are very familiar with using technology to scale the rapid scaling of technology and using our base to create better potential and services to them. The first priority for us is ensuring that our infrastructure was robust and scalable. We are able to deal with the peaks as quickly and as responsive as possible to give the best service to our customer. Alibaba Cloud was a partner that was introduced to us by Alibaba Group or through Ant Financial. They have been uniquely experienced in China to have an infrastructure that has scaled many millions of transactions. So this is key for us because Touch and Go has and will always be processing millions of transactions given our usability in transport. And so we want to make sure that our users have a great experience. So we must learn from the best, and Alibaba Cloud provided us with that experience. This high availability is one of the most important features of working with Alibaba Cloud, and specifically for e-wallets, making us very unique in the way we can scale. So maybe our competitors are unable to see this now, but when there are more than 1 million transactions happening in a day, we will be best equipped to deal with these changes. So you need to have a cloud service provider who knows how to protect this data, who knows how to secure this data, and who knows, more importantly, to ensure that this data is provided in a format that can be utilized by us to improve the performance and efficiency of running the e-wallet. One of the things that Alibaba Cloud has realized in this country is that a lot of their data services and cloud services need to be localized. They cannot operate on the same basis as how they operate in China, and therefore they need to localize their services, and partners like us allow them to localize their services a lot faster because we push their boundaries. The future with Alibaba Cloud looks bright. We hope to continue our innovative approaches to the digital world, and hopefully both of us can host the 11/11 Singles Day next year and continue this digital journey together.
Yeah, so this is the second use case whereby the Touch and Go digital partnership with the Alibaba Cloud, so to help them to handle the security side and also to maintain the million of transactions that happening every second. So you can see like how reliable are their system by the Alibaba Cloud. And the second use case here, I will go through the AAsia. So the AAsia, which is a company that founded 1993 by DRB Highcom. The headquarters is located in the Sepang, Selangor, Malaysia, and it's the largest airline in Malaysia by fleet size and the destination. So you have a flight more than 166 destinations across 25 countries. And currently, what it does with the Alibaba Cloud is basically the security on the security service to protect from the threat of cyber attack, because they have basically the customer coming from globally, so they need to have a reliable solution to protect their system. So next, I will go to the video. So wait for a second. Yep. So it's showing now. Okay. Give it some time to load. It's still loading. Still can't click on it. Okay.
Before you came along, I thought Alibaba was a website in China, e-commerce. That's it. I'm surprised and pleased with the breadth of functional understanding you have, not just hardware and hosting. AirAsia uses Alibaba's WAF and CDN. The WAF especially has improved the security of our website, both for traffic inside China and rest of the world. And the CDN has helped us improve the performance of all of our websites. Every month, the Alibaba WAF blocks about almost 50 million malicious sessions hitting our websites. Either screen scrapers or bot attacks trying to access our websites. And some of the particular security features that Alibaba gives us prevents bots from holding our seats. Basically improve the performance of our websites and our mobile apps, and improve the security for our customers accessing our websites. No operator outside of China was able to make any real impact. You guys made a real impact, and you proved that you're willing to take the risk to try it. And we appreciate vendors who are willing to make that investment to prove that they have the technology that works.
Yeah, so basically you can see that this what is the first impression with the by Asia. So basically they think that Alibaba is just only the e-commerce. I think everyone here might have the same impression as well if you never heard of Alibaba Cloud before. And yeah, so that is how useful the Alibaba Cloud have bring the benefit to three of the client. Just now is the Ford, and the second one is the TNG Digital, and the third one is for the Asia. So basically, this is a reference on the reference where I get the information from. And now I just complete my presentation. Thanks everyone for listening. And now I will happy to take any question, during this Q&A session. Is there anyone have any questions? Right, you can feel free to put in the chat so I can have a look on that. Okay, I saw one here. Yeah, one question. So by Ching Yong. So is any differences between Google Cloud and Alibaba Cloud? Yeah, okay. So basically it's a good question. So actually they are a similar service provider for providing the cloud computing service, but they have slightly different niche they are focusing on. So for example, in the region that they are focusing, first, like for the Alibaba Cloud itself, they started with based in China. So they really can focus on uh the need of the China customer at the first place. So they have more server than in China. So that's why you can see just now the ranking, the market share is ranked number one in China. So this is the reason behind. Of course, if outside on maybe like Google Cloud, so they might be have strong expertise in maybe some of the aspect like the data, like the TensorFlow, like AI. Yeah, so they have a slightly different service offering, but generally the service that they offer in general is quite similar. Yeah, thanks, Chin Yong, for your question. Any other question?
Okay, I see another question over there from Jason Kong. So ask for manufacturing cases, how long do they usually spend, and any details for the deployment? So if they were to transform from on-prem to cloud, is it better to control the users by IAM?
Okay. Yeah, great question as well. So for the manufacturing case just now is by ports. So that one I don't have the exact number like how long they spend, but basically just now the digital, I mean the user case they spend like 6 months, right? But the deployment cost itself, this is not a number that we have, I mean by myself. So yeah, if you're interested to know more, maybe we can do some cloud estimation calculation. If you really want to have this use case, then we can try to give us some solution and try to predict the cost on that estimated. Yeah. And then the second question is to transform from on-prem to cloud. So is it better to control the user by IAM? Yes, definitely. So the IAM here is basically is very useful if let's say you have thousands of users in in your company. So by using IAM, you can run the different user role based on their need. So in that case, you can just have, let's say I have 10 different group, and then I have one group I can assign to 50 people, or another one can assign to 100. So different IAM group they can be used to ease to manage the user. Yeah, hope that will clarify your question. Any other question?
call for any questions. If you have any, you can voice them out with the mic or open chat and type it up. One more. How would the development of AI affect cloud technologies? From Chin Yong.
Okay. Second question by Ching Yong. So how the development of AI will affect the cloud technology? Okay. Okay. Effect. Okay. There's some effect. So maybe I can give you one example. So the cloud technology now, because previously before the chat GTP they're coming out, actually we still rely on a lot of how to say developer to really like to understand to memorize all of the syntax. So that is really a headache thing. But now, like for example, you have a ChatGPT to coming out that we're able to help you to simplify the simple code generation, including the code syntax. So in that case, when you do the deployment on the cloud, like just now I mentioned the ECS or SDK, so you can just easily get a simple template and they provided by the ChatGPT, and then you just modify it. So the effect is that the first thing is that to help you to speed to market is much more faster and save your time. So this is the first benefit. And then the second thing is that, for example, you have the like just now you have the LLM, the large language model. So currently, I think many, including Alibaba Cloud, they also provide the services as well, whereby you can test your own model, generate that, and then play around with it, and then apply to your project, for example, your final year project or for company use case. That is totally doable. So this is where the cloud, I mean, is being impacted by the LLM model. So they really try to integrate with their ecosystem as well, and then provide to the public. Yeah, hope that helped to answer your question. Okay, I saw another question by Jason. So do you think that it's better to train LLM or SLM to query past document record from the database? Okay. I think basically you can train the LLM. Yep, to LLM is better in that case. Yeah, for past document. But anyway, because I'm not an AI expert, so we need to really like have LLM or other models. So we need to, it's best to first to train and evaluate the result, compare one by one. If you have two model, if you have 10, then you better to have a run on the 10 model itself. And then you just check the accuracy of the model. And then if it's not good enough, then you can further improve that. Yeah. So hope that clarified this question. Any more question? Yeah, if no question, I think I can hand back to Yuanzhen. Maybe I can just last slide for me. So if anyone interested to know more, so I can feel free to drop me an email in this email or LinkedIn, or yeah, here is my personal website. So feel free to connect with me and have on any question regarding the Alibaba Cloud. I'm happy to answer it. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thank you.
So thank you, Mr. Jerry, for that engaging talk. And thank you everyone for your engaging questions and participation. So before we end, we'd like to take a group photo of everyone to commemorate this event. So if everyone could just turn on the cameras, right? If, Jerry, could you turn the slide up so we can see everyone? Okay. Mr. Jerry, could you like stop sharing?
Yeah, stop sharing already. Yep.
Okay. Everybody open your cameras. Then we'll have Yenzhen take your picture for us. Right? Yenzhen, you ready?
Okay. I think that's all. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Thank you.
So, once again, thank you, Mr. Jerry, for today's talk. Right? And thank you all the attendees for joining us today. We hope that you found this informative and engaging. So have a great evening or night or whatever. And we look forward to seeing you at our next IPP event. Before we leave, remember to sign the attendance form and scan the QR code, right? Or you will not be given the USSD points. Okay. Right. Okay. So thank you for everything and goodbye.
Okay, thank you everyone. Hope you enjoyed the talk. Okay, see you all.
Thank you, Mr. Jerry.